Hello, my name is Jill, and this is the first official vlog of 2025. So excited. I had planned on doing way more than this. I was like hoping to have one a week out, but let's be real, life happens. So today we're just going to do a chit chat one, have a coffee, and talk about things together. So I have my computer right in front of me right here, so if you see me looking down, I'm looking at my notes because who can memorize this? Today I thought I would do a different type of video. Usually I do like order packing, day in the life, day in the week, stuff like that. Today I'm going to go over some small business tips from somebody who doesn't actually know what they're doing but gets through it. I am not a professional. Some people chat with me and they're like, how do you do it? How do you know? And I'm like, oh, no. I don't know. That's the difference here. You think I do, but I don't. So you don't have to listen to these tips, but here we go. Okay, so the first thing that I feel like is probably the most important because of jail, is get a separate bank account for your business and always have your personal and business finances separate. It is so much easier around tax time. You don't have to be guessing like, was this Michael's transaction personal or business? Like, because how do you know, right? You can't remember everything. I don't know about you, but I don't want to be going to CRA jail. Okay. I personally hire somebody to do my yearly taxes. I use Bookkeeping with Beck. They are located in Newfoundland. They are amazing. All I have to do is give them all my stuff and they take care of it so I don't go to jail. Anyways, I do all my bookkeeping myself for now. It's getting to be a lot, so I might chat with Beck about that as well. But I currently do all of my HST taxes and stuff quarterly. I find it's a lot less stressful to do it quarterly for me instead of doing it annually. I feel like if you have a business to start or you have started a business, get separate bank accounts first and then you can go from there. You can have a business credit card and a business bank account and then everything is just separate and you do not have to worry about it. Okay. The second thing is, and this one can be hard, but finding your niche for your business. I feel like the best thing to do is like something that you enjoy creating. When I started my business in 2020, I was making digital prints and stickers on Etsy, and then I began making like yarn crafts and little things like that. But then I started to evolve from there, and I always had the same vibe with my business, like bright, fun, colorful stuff like that. But I just started finding new products that fit that niche and then it evolved from there. Your business isn't going to be for everybody. You can't cater to everybody. So just find what works for you and what you enjoy doing and stick with that. Because I don't even know how many times I've gotten people asking for more like masculine, darker items, and I simply don't do that. Not against it, that's not my business and that's okay. I find sometimes people feel like they want to please everybody as a customer and like get everything in, and you don't have to do that, because then you're gonna start bringing in stuff that doesn't bring joy to you and you have no interest for, and it's just gonna show in your products. So pick something you like, pick something you love, and stick with it. Okay, the next thing is something I feel like a lot of people struggle with, including myself. Like I said at the beginning, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't even know why I'm sharing this. Hopefully somebody can get some insight out of it though. Anyways, so an online presence. Social media is so hard and it sucks like 80% of the time. The algorithm changes every 3 seconds and it seems like none of us can ever keep up. It's like maybe you'll have one video go viral and then the next video you get 2.5 likes. You know what I mean? Like it's a never ending headache, basically. One thing that I kind of have learned through this is the main thing with social media is to just be consistent. Make a post, make a story, make reels. I know that sometimes it's not fun to like show your face and do that, but like that's what people want to see. It's what I want to see. It's probably what you want to see. So it's just nice when your audience can connect to a face instead of just products all the time. I don't show my face all the time by any means, but I try to put my personal life a tiny bit into the business just to show myself, I guess. Another thing with online presence is follow other small businesses, follow other people that have like-minded interests and interact with them. I have met so many like besties at this point from other small businesses in Canada, some in the States, just from talking with them and chatting with them about our small businesses and stuff like that. I said you need to just keep posting and stay consistent with everything, especially if you are an online only business like me. I only have a website. I don't have a storefront. Online is my, advertising. It's everything, right? So you do need to push that out and just keep going with it. So that also goes right into like networking with people, like I said, following people, talking with people, interacting with people. I feel like it makes me feel more seen, heard, sane when I talk to other small businesses like me and we're both maybe struggling with the same thing, or like this and this and this happened, and you can really just connect with somebody who fully understands what you're going through. So, and I feel like that's also like why I wanted to do, I talk with my hands so much. I feel like that's why I wanted to do this video too, just to show like, listen, we are all struggling. I don't want you to think that I am a professional. I don't know what I'm doing. We're learning together, okay? So the next thing kind of goes with the last being said, but it's to be patient, and it is way easier said than done, but it's so worth it when you wait it out and you keep going, and then things start to happen and you find your niche and you find your perfect audience for your business. So you need to be patient and you need to wait. Some months are gonna suck and some months are gonna be amazing, and it's a complete roller coaster. So you need to have patience, and yeah, success does not happen overnight. And what you really need to do in the small business world is focus on the small wins just as much as the big ones, because sometimes the small ones are all you get. So you need to be excited and happy for the small wins. I feel like the last point here is a long one, but probably the most important. This one is avoiding burnout. And this isn't even just like small business related, it's just more like life. And once again, I am not a pro in this department, but I'm learning, okay? I'm learning. Which a lot of you know, if you're small business owners or just working moms, anything. It's exhausting. It's stressful. It's a lot. You get burnt out. You don't have time for yourself, and you lose your spark for everything. What I love to do is start my morning by doing something for myself. Whether it's journaling, whether it's laying in bed with your eyes closed, just thinking for 5 extra minutes. I don't know if you have an hour to yourself or 3 minutes to yourself, but my favorite thing to do for me, which is like my self-care, is to wake up early and go to the gym. It starts my day out amazing. I feel good after. I've never left feeling bad, and it just sets the day up for success, kind of, because you're doing something for yourself, you feel good, all of the above, you know? You also really need, this is a really hard one, I feel like I've said that about everything, because it's just freaking hard. It is hard. But finding a work personal life balance is so hard. I think it was a year and a half ago, I left my full-time job in the school system. I was an educational assistant. Monday to Friday, had weekends off, had summer off, had March break off, Christmas break off. People would think, oh my God, amazing. And it is amazing. Loved it. However, running a small business with that got to be way too much. My business continued to grow and grow and grow, which extremely thankful for, not complaining, but it got to the point where it was too much. And I should add that my full-time job was extremely physical, extremely. So that alone was burning me out. But then with my small business, it was too much. So at that point, I had to choose a slightly bigger paycheck or sanity and happiness. Thankfully, happiness won, and I decided to quit my job, which I know this is not a possibility for everybody, and I am so thankful that it was a possibility for me. It's still going strong, knock on wood. But yeah, I just had to do something because I was fading. I didn't have time for friendships. I didn't have time for myself. I didn't have time for family. I didn't have time for anything. All I would want to do was sleep, and it was not good. So when I left my job, I kind of like made a promise to myself that when I started working for myself, I would make work hours and then not work after that. So I feel like the first little bit I wasn't really good at it, but now I work Monday to Friday. I don't step foot in my office on weekends unless I'm swamped with like orders or something like that, and I know I have to, but I basically work like 9ish to 3:34 every day, and I find for me that's a great way to split up work life and personal life, because so my office slash warehouse and stuff is in my parents' basement because I do not have space in my house for everything. I started here, but then I grew out of it. So it's actually nice that I can get out of my house, go to my office, come home, cook supper, do something for myself. And like also with that, self-care, I know everyone's like self-care, and yes, you do have to do that. However, self-care looks different for everybody. It is not just put on a face mask, wash your face, do a gratitude journal. Those are amazing, and sometimes I do those. However, sometimes self-care is laying on your couch and rotting for the evening. That's typically what it looks like for me, and that's what I enjoy. Scroll your phone. It's okay. You can do that. I love reading. I love listening to audiobooks. I love building Lego. I love coloring. There's so many things. I love watching movies. Movies are like one of my favorite things. I love watching TV. So you don't always have to be like super productive in a self-care thing that you do. And I think a lot of people are like, okay, I gotta have a self-care day, and they get more stressed, probably like forcing themselves to do that. Like just lay on the couch, go to bed early, have a 20-minute hot shower. Like it does not need to be crazy. I am rambling about this. Let me look at my notes and see where I left off. Those are my couple of small business tips slash just life tips, I guess, because some of them were really small business, but some of them weren't, and you can use them with your small business or just in your personal life. Another thing that I still to this day have trouble with, my friends can vouch for me on this one, is saying no and asking for help. I am a huge people pleaser, and I'm working on it, because it's not that I don't want to be, but I don't want to be as much. So previously, a couple years ago, I'd find myself saying yes to everything. People would be like, oh, let's work on this project, let's collab with this and this and this, can you do this, can you make this custom, blah 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 blah. And I just said yes to everything. And then I got super anxious about it because I didn't have time for it, but I didn't want to let the person down, and I would say yes. And anyways, you need to say no when you can't do something, or you don't have time, or you don't want to. And it's okay to say no. You don't have to explain. You don't owe anybody anything. I don't even think I'm talking to you at this point. I'm talking to myself because I need to learn this as well. I have gotten better at it, and then asking for help is like, people have such a hard time with it. And I was going to say I don't know why, but I do know why, because I'm the same way. But for example, November and December of last year, like 2024 that just passed, I signed up for a lot of markets, and I'm not used to doing markets. I usually just do online launches, orders, stuff like that. And one of the biggest markets, Christmas market, it was 3 days long. The night that we were supposed to set up, I got super sick with the flu and could not go set up. I was like having a panic attack, crying. It was not good. And my angel best friend, who would literally do anything for me at any point, called me and was like, no, I'm going to set your entire booth up for you. And I was like, no, you're not. And she's like, yes, I am. Zip it. So she set the entire booth up for like 5 hours. It was beautiful, stunning, amazing. I let her do it because I knew it had to happen. Moral of the story is let people help you. It helps you avoid burnout. Let them help you. You don't win a trophy for not letting people help you. There's no award. I saw a quote that said that and I loved it, and I want to make it into a sticker. But it's so true. It's like, why do we feel like we can't let people help us? What are we proving to anyone or ourselves? Nothing. So yeah, let people help you. Take time for yourself. Do things you love. And do things you love within your small business as well, because then it won't feel like work. I don't really feel like I work because I enjoy it. Do I get stressed? Yes. Do I have times where I'm panicking? Absolutely. Anyways, that was basically just like a rant. But it's okay because we haven't had a chit chat video yet. So we're just talking and chatting. Is this a podcast? Is it a vlog? I don't know. It's both. Okay? So yeah, if you have any more video ideas for me, put it below. I think I really want to do an office tour. I've been saying this, but I need to do it. Force me to do it, okay? Say, Jill, make an office tour video. Because I want to. I want to show you guys some weird organization things I have. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it didn't talk too fast or too much and scare you away. So I'm going to enjoy this coffee now. And I'm going to edit this video immediately and upload it so I don't have to make you wait any longer.